The crowd around Jesus was thick that day. People pressed in from every direction, some hungry for truth, others hungry for advantage. Voices overlapped. Dust rose from the ground, and suddenly, a man shouted from the crowd, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." The request was sharp, urgent, and revealing. Jesus turned and looked at him not with anger, but with deep understanding. He said calmly, "Man, who appointed me a judge or an arbiter between you?" Then he lifted his voice so everyone could hear and delivered a warning that cut straight to the heart. "Watch out. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed. Life does not consist in an abundance of possessions." And then Jesus told the story. There was a rich man, Jesus began, whose land produced a bountiful harvest. The people listening could picture it instantly. Golden fields stretching far and wide. Grain bending heavy on the stalk. The scent of success in the air. This man had done well for himself. His land was fertile, his crops were plentiful, but as he stood among his overflowing harvest, a problem rose, not poverty, but excess. He looked at his barns. They were already full. And he said to himself, "What shall I do? I have no place to store my crops." Notice something important. The rich man did not consult God. He did not ask his neighbors. He did not consider the poor. He talked only to himself. Then a smile spread across his face. "This is what I'll do," he said. "I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. There I will store all my grain and my goods." In his mind, this was wisdom. More space, more security, more control. He imagined the future already secured. The man leaned back and spoke to his own soul. "Soul, you have plenty of grain laid up for many years. Take life easy, eat, drink, and be merry." He believed he had conquered uncertainty. He thought wealth had bought him time. He assumed abundance guaranteed tomorrow. But the one thing missing from his calculations was God. Then Jesus' voice shifted. The tone became solemn. But God said to him, "You fool, this very night your life will be demanded from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself?" In an instant, the illusion shattered. The barns he planned and finished, the future he imagined and lived, the wealth he stored left behind. All his careful planning had prepared him for everything except eternity. The crowd fell silent. Jesus looked around at every face and delivered the final truth of the parable. This is how it will be with whoever stores up things for themselves but is not rich toward God. The message was unmistakable. The rich man was not called a fool because he was successful. He was called a fool because he believed his possessions could save him. He invested in barns, but not in people. He secured grain, but not his soul. He planned for years, but ignored eternity. His wealth was not the problem. His heart was. Jesus wasn't just talking about one man. He was speaking to everyone listening then, and to everyone listening now. Anyone who says, "Once I have enough, I'll rest." Anyone who says, "My security is in what I own." Anyone who forgets that life is a gift, not a guarantee. God is not against planning. God is not against abundance. God is not against success. But He is against living as though He does not exist. True riches are not measured by storage space, but by surrender. Not by how much we keep, but by how much we give. The rich man asked, "What shall I do with all I have?" Jesus answers that question for us. Be rich toward God. Because barns will one day be empty, accounts will close, possessions will fade, but a soul anchored in God will never be lost. Thanks for watching. If this story spoke to you, consider subscribing for more content like this.